naughty, naughty, shorty. Baby girl, all my girls, stand up and sing. Well, I'm on the way this time. Cool, I wanna be keeping you warm. I got the right temperature to shelter you from the storm. Hold on, girl, I got the right tactics to turn you on. And girl, I wanna be the papa, you can be the mom. Oh, oh. Well, I'm on the way this time. Oh, oh. Well, I'm on the way this time. Cool, I wanna be keeping you warm. I got the right temperature to shelter you from the storm. Hold on, girl, I got the right tactics to turn you on. And girl, I wanna be the papa, you can be the mom. Well, I'm on the way this time.
It goes around and
I love the chase and the hunt, and I set the pace when I'm running. I always take what I want and I always give it 100. Don't need a bank, no I'm funded. Play the game like it's nothing. I'm always thankful for something. Don't take for granted, stay humble. Now wake up! It's time to look at the enemy. Look in the mirror if he is no friend to me. It's not working out, maybe it's the chemistry. It's time to break up so I can make a better me. Better believe in your mind, cause it's everything. You can mold, shape, find almost anything. All it takes is some time and some clarity to find your identity. It's mind over everything. And when I feel like this, I'm immortal. 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 Don't stop. I'm so gone, no I'm never turning back. I won't stop, I'ma fight until there's nothing left. It's so on, you're gonna be hurting bad. Cause I've been to hell and back. You don't wanna make me mad, I stay strong. You will never see me crack. And if you get in my way, you gonna feel the wrath. Gotta say it to my face while he's looking back. Mirror breaks after math. When I hate, I attack. And when I feel like this, I'm immortal. 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 Don't
Let's get ready to rumble!
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome once again to the CFR Widecrest Tin Top Wednesday night shenanigans here. Coming to you live from Okayama tonight, and seeing some pretty quick laps already put down. So see Samuel Smith on screen now, a new driver to the league, first race with us tonight. Also a huge warm welcome to John Fillingham from Veteran Gaming Australia as well, joining us tonight in the 86 as well. So a couple of 86 drivers deciding to come and have a dig and see what they can do. We got Nathan Allen also has jumped to the 86, so I think he is taking a points reset. He is now in the 86 series. So welcome in everybody out on the YouTube land, also on the Kick TV side as well. Appreciate you all tuning in. Hey, Sammy, yeah, it's a bit of a problem, mate, with your wrist, but hey, look, we hope you get well soon, mate. Miss you out on track, and can't wait to see you back out there, mate. But you got to get yourself taken care of, buddy. And I'm sure the boys and girls tonight will put on a stellar show. As we have a bit of a look, young Tyler Chief is actually having a really good run at the moment. So it looks like he's done a bit of practice this week with the team over at Velocity Sim Labs, doing their weekly routine. So it's good to see. Maddie Keane, our league director, is also out there having a run tonight. So it's good to see also. Our Friday night commentator, Andrew Proctor, also out again. Stephanie Piccoli, again, come back in the TCR, having a bit of a good run here with a 142.69. We do have the logos up there. So Jacques is the only Audi in the field at the moment. And he's got a 39.84 on the board, so we know these Audis get off the line well. They brake really well too, so I think in a couple of these tighter spots, especially where they're coming into now, I think it'll be a really good option just here. You see, as they're coming down that back straight, it's a heavy braking zone back in about second gear on this corner here, and then they get back up there. How many Toyotas tonight? Sammy, there is 4. My man, 4. So we got Samuel Smith there with the 911. We then have Dylan Gray in the number 6. John Fillingham from Veteran Gaming Australia. And then Nathan Allen has jumped into the 86. So I think he's taking a points reset. There is only 3 rounds left anyway. Yeah, mate, and you're making the choice to jump to TCR. Mate, look at the battle that's going on here in the Formula in the 86 with Sam Smith and Dylan Gray. Look at the difference, 0.4 of a second. Samuel Smith here, absolutely flying tonight. It's great to see, and again, a newcomer to the league as well. So joined the league last week and didn't get to race because I think he joined Thursday. Pardon me, and so joined us here. So. Mate, you'd be having a cracking battle in the 86 tonight with these boys. The only upset in that order is Pete Baxter in the safety car. We also have Tyrone Walsh up there in the race control booth as well, learning the ways from the great man Pete Baxter. So it's fantastic to see Tyrone getting involved in the league in some shape. So not if he's not racing, he's up there in the race controls. It's excellent to see. Dougie Grandpa Gowans out here with a 39.08. I don't think that's his quickest lap. I think he's got at least a low 38 in him once he gets going. But yeah, no, it's looking very good tonight. The boys and girls out there having a good crack. I know one thing, Sammy. I know they all miss you, buddy. They love racing with you. They love racing hard with you. So I know they're missing you out there tonight. But as I say, you got to get that health taken care of. Matty Keane here with a 40.68. That's his best time, so not going too bad. Here's the heavy braking zone here. He gets back to first gear very late there. He's got one of the 86s in front of him. Look at Dylan Gray in front of him there. He's just not able to just keep with it. Now you'll get the Oh, he gets right up on the back. How close did he get? Let's have a look. And putting the pressure on the 86. Bonk. Trying to give Dylan a little push. Almost unsettled the car. He's giving him a push. What are they doing? They're doing 203 now. Dylan moves up to being 1/10 off the pace of Sam Smith with that bump drive. He gets Matty again. He's all over the back of it. Matty and Dylan out there having a bit of fun, and that's what it's all about. So it's good to see. Good to see the boys out there having fun. That is practice over and done with. As we move into quali, we'll have to see where these times put the boys now. There won't be the advantages of a draft. They'll be by themselves. Looks like the 80 might be first out. Matty Boylett. We'll watch them as they come down into the first part of the hairpin here. It's actually the first hairpin. It's a little bit more open than just a hairpin. It's not quite as tight. This one's a little more flowy. We see a couple of the LMR boys go through there. And we see Tyler Sheaf and one of the SLM boys is Dylan Gray. See them all duck off on the left, up into the back chute, and then they're all coming down into this back straight hairpin. I'll have to see how the boys stack up in the race here, because this is one of the tricky corners. Very heavy braking zone, as we saw Matty Keane was using first gear. But we saw some of the others earlier on were using second gear. So again, it depends on the driver feel and what they're running on, but we'll see where the times stack up. Do need to fix that qualifying ticker. Alright, so Matty Boylett is going to be the first to kick us off with a fast lap. So as we watch through the field, just a quick reminder to all our drivers, if you are watching this in the replay mode tomorrow or later on this evening, please do get your driver app, SDK driver app, up to date. It'll help with the team names and stuff on the SDK programming, and will also make it easier for other leagues that may use the SDK software. We do encourage all drivers to jump on that and get that sorted, as it does make it very easy. So Matty Keane here, just coming through the last. Like Matty Keane is actually going to be the first to drop a lap time. Matty Keane now on the run over the start-finish line. That looks like a Braden Sagassa right behind him, and it is. Matty Keane drops. He doesn't. Interesting. No one's actually put a lap on the board. I thought for sure we had a lap on the board. Does Matty Boylett get the lap in? Or Jace Douglas behind him looks like got a little bit loose there. Matty Boylett does put in a 40.06. Tyler Sheaf now with a 40.39, so very quick lap there for Tyler. Dylan Gray looks like he's got all purples for the 86 as he pushes in a 45. As we watch Jason Douglas with a 41.53. Russell Gander from Apex with a 41.77. Andrew Proctor with a 42.51. Nathan Allen now with a 46.88, so not far off the pace there with Dylan Gray. Matthew Wallet's on double purple, so he'll be getting a little benefit here, I would suggest. Off tracks are a semi, yeah, mate, absolutely, it does look like that. There is a few numbers in that column of the off track, but it's going to happen. It's definitely going to happen around here. This track does tend to push those limits, especially on the double left-hand corner after the hairpin. Right there in the middle of the circuit does make that very awkward transition to push, but to stay in line. So Matty Boylett there with a fast 38.8. It's about where he was in practice. Matty Keane just crossing the line now. Matty Keane is not getting a lap. I do not know what's going on here. Oh, there he goes. Did he? No. No, he's not getting a lap in. Not sure what's going on there. Anyway, Jet Murray here from LMR as well is about to put down a lap. Hopefully for Jetto. He's got 3 off tracks already, so hopefully we can see a nice lap out of Jet. And nope. Dougie Gowans with a 39.93. He's just off the pace at the moment, but again, we know what Dougie's like. He'll find the pace. He'll turn it on. Oh, one of the LMR boys taking evasive action there. Was that Matty Boylett? It was Matty Boylett got out of the way. Doing so again. Getting out of the way. Jason Douglas now coming through. Currently P3 on the standings with a 39.83. We'll see if he can better that lap. 39.7. So he does go better, but not enough to climb the leaderboard. So we'll have to keep our eyes on the timing screen. Matty King now. Greens everywhere. And there he jumps up into P8 right in front of his teammate there with a 40.81. So Matty King finally getting a lap on the board. Dougie Grandpa Gowan just starting to eke up on that time now, 139.05. He's starting to show his hand a little bit. Samuel Smith on absolute fire right now. Drops in the 44.38. Half a second quicker than Dylan Gray in the 86 series. John Fillingham here, again from Veteran Gaming Australia, who ran that awesome Anzac weekend event, 6 hours at Le Mans, that we were in race control for. So we'll see if he can put a lap in here. It's a long run to the line, and he puts in a 46.97. Not a bad lap. I'm just getting out there, just getting a bit of warmth in the tyres, getting a little bit of pace up. Dougie Gowan's here now getting a little bit of draft, I would suggest, off the Apex guys in front. I have heard wind that Dougie can get into the lower 38s, and it looks like he's 38.69 He goes straight to the top with that lap. Well done, Dougie Gowan. Samuel Smith is on another flyer. Is he set to improve his time again? Can he improve on the 44.38? Doesn't look like it. No, he doesn't. Absolutely blistering fast in the first 2 sectors of the lap. Jedi Murray here, just getting a little bit of curb on that exit. Does he set a lap? Oh, he doesn't. Looks like another off track somewhere. I might ride with Jedi and just see where he's getting these off tracks and see how he's going. So we're in Jet's cockpit view. So we watch him tackle the first of the 2 hairpins. But actually multiple hairpins, just to be fair, but 2 of the major ones. Get some nice run here. How deep does he send it? Oh, about the 75, he's deep. Gets it pulled up though. You see him fighting the wheel, he's just trying to get that front end pointed and the drive off the corner. And that's quick. Oh no, he just flashed. I was about to say it. Can't collie over. He just blinked out then. No, I can't see where he's gotten an off track this lap, so this could be a good lap. Does he get the lap this time through? But Murray, brother of Cooper Murray from our Super 2 racing, and he does. He climbs up with a 39.52. Matty Boylett's now just gone to the top of the 38.63. Like he might have been behind Jetto on that lap. Trying to use a little bit of that draft. We got no one at Williams or the first corner. Interesting. Oh, that looked like it might have been Jetto Murray. Might have been Jetto Murray there. We haven't spoken about Jacques Swanepoel with the Audi. Currently sitting P3 with a 39.30, so not far off the pace. Just a little bit. Someone who is actually having a decent hit out tonight, Stephanie Piccoli. Only 4 off tracks so far, got a 45.02. So got a little bit of time there for Steph to grab. It's a pleasure to see Steph back out there in the TCR. JT has joined us as well. Jason Thomas from Apex as well. Again, it's a pleasure to have these Apex team out with us and racing hard. So he's got a 40.68. So he's only about 2 seconds off the lead in P11. So there's not much in it. And when the race gets in, the draft will play a massive big advantage here down both the front and back straights. We see him here just coming in that heavy braking zone we keep talking about. So, let's ride on board with Jason for a lap and see how he goes. Dave's just doing some nice smooth things there. We'll jump over to Matty Keane and see what Matty Keane's up to out there. He looks like he is on another warm-up lap maybe. Or he's just trying to do the long run. That was Dougie Gowan's right behind him. So again, Braden Sagassa behind Dougie Gowans as well. So a bit of a tow happening here. So we might see the times just get a little bit tighter. Matty Boylett has improved with a 38.57. So he's 800ths. Sorry, just over a tenth quicker than Dougie Gowans at the moment. Dougie pulls out of the way. Goes back to pit. Might want to go and make a bit of a setup tune. Matty Keane just did a 140.00 on that lap. So he still holds his 39.79, 400ths of a second behind Tyler Sheaf, who looks like he is in the box. He's done, I think. Mark Cochran here from Apex as well. Again with a 39.73. He's again only 1/10 behind Braden Sagassa, who's right behind him there. Young Braden Sagassa, fast in just about everything he drives. Jackson Callow has just jumped in there to a P10 with a 39.89, 1/10 behind Matty Keane. So Jackson from the Velocity SimLab team as well. So it's again fantastic to see so many cars from so many different teams out there. Really creates that team battle, which is great to see, well, especially on track. So Samuel Smith for the 86ers is blistering fast, half a second quicker than Dylan Gray there, and about 2 seconds quicker than John and Nathan. So might be seeing a couple little battles in the 86ers tonight. Might be a nice little battle up front and behind them actually. Stephanie Piccoli now with a 43.16. Starting to just see the times drop for her. Dylan Gray in the YouTube chat wants help. I don't know if I can help you, mate. It's all out there on the track. I think you might just have to find a bit of that draft somewhere, buddy. Seems to be the go. Mark Cochran here on the back of... Which one is that? That is Jedi Murray. Just playing around with the software. Here's Braden Sagassa there in front of Mark Cochran. We'll see what those boys can do there. Jedi Murray 39.52, just a little off Jackson Callow. Only 200ths behind him, so it's nothing in it. It's going to be very close up the front. Actually, looks like the top 10 is going to be very, very close. Talking 1.2 seconds from first to 10th. So nothing in it whatsoever. Still Mark Cochran still getting that draft there. Gets it stopped late. Brayton might have got just a little wiggle there. But that is going to be quality done and dusted. 20 minutes. All right, let's get our grid and see where they all stack up for the evening's race. So don't forget, this is our sprint round, so 20 minutes and then a 40-minute race. So front row is going to be Matty Boylett for LMR and Dougie Gowans for Velocity Sim. Jacques Swanepoel and Jackson Callow off row 2. Jet Murray, Jason Douglas off row 3. Braden Sagasa, Mark Cochran off row 4. Tyler Sheaf and Matty Keane off 5. Russell Gander and Jason Thomas off 6. Off 7 is Andrew Proctor and Stephanie Piccoli. And then the 86ers, Samuel Smith and Dylan Gray off the front row for the 86ers. And then John Fillingham and Nathan Allen. Now 2 race controllers up there in the box, Peter Baxter and Tyrone Walsh. So as we get set for the first race of the evening, being a 20-minute race. Dave Arney, welcome on into the YouTube chat. Good to see you. So we'll see how these boys get on into turn 1, and we'll see just how they stack up once they get through a few corners. Cold tyres, cold brakes. Going to be interesting to see how they go. And Dave Arney out there rooting on for the team Apex. It's good to see a few more of them in there now. So we do have Mark Cochran, Jason Thomas, Stephanie Piccoli. Oh, I think I'm missing one. Mark Cochran. Russell Gander. Russell is the other one. That's the other one I was missing. We got 8 seconds before we get going here tonight in our first race. Don't forget, the second race is a reverse top 10, so looking at that top 10 later in the evening as we see where they all stack up. Here we go, folks. Red lights are on. Green, we are away. Who gets the best start? Looking ahead on there. Oh, Matty Boylett trying to cover. Dougie Gowans going to get the inside run. Dougie Gowans is going to lead into turn 1. Watching the back of the field here. Who's that back there? Who's gotten a shotgun start there? That might have been John Fillingham. Oh, one of the LMR boys way off on the right. That looks like Matty Boylett. No, Matty Boylett has jumped back into P1. So Dougie Gowans there will jump on the nose cam of Jacques' car. See what he's looking at. Remember, cold tyres, airings is all got to warm up yet. Oh! Wow! We might have to have a look at that again. Let's have a look at Dougie Gowans here, see what he saw. Probably did not even see this coming. So he's just on the outside now, braking nice with Matty Boylett. Oh man, that's unlucky. That is unlucky. But Nathan Allen has also had a crash back there with Jackson Callow. Jackson's got damage, so he's trying to get back to pit lane. Jason Douglas here on the back of Jetta Murray. Wow. We just saw that one on screen, so we don't need to replay that, but that looked like a hip and shoulder from Team Cars, so yeah, not quite sure what's gone on there, but we won't speculate too much on that. We'll leave that one to the powers to be on that one, sadly. We'll get back to the racing, and we'll leave that for those boys to sort out in their own time. So Braden Sagassa was caught up pretty early there, is back there in P5. You see the purple car stuck in the apex sandwich. I know Dave Arney in the YouTube chat will be back in the... Oh no, it wasn't an apex sandwich. Sorry, my bad. That was actually Tyler Sheaf. Tyler Sheaf up there into a P6. So Matty Keane up 7 spots already in the first 3 laps. So we'll give you the gaps, and you can see the gapping between each driver. But Matty Keane's just snuck on through there and sniped a few freebies, I think. So we'll see if Matty can continue to get forward. We'll see if Braden Sagassa can now put the pedal down and get to the back of Matty Keane and try and work on getting to the front. So we do know Braden Sagassa races pretty much everything, and I mean everything. He's given us some really good results in the Formula Ford at Brands Hatch. I think we saw it went down to the 3rd decimal place to find out who actually got the position. So he loves racing, young Braden. He just gets out. He just loves racing, so it's good to see. The Stephanie Piccoli here for Apex up as well, up 2 spots in a P12, chasing down Andrew Proctor. But battles here. Dougie Gowans, Tyler Sheaf, Mark Cochran. Here's our little battle. Remember, we do say the top 10 is inverted, so right now Jason Thomas is sitting in the key position to go to pole position for race 2. He's in the box seat if he doesn't catch Russell. There's Russell. He'll again be on the front row given the reverse top 10. So Russell will be P2, and Jason would take the pole position. So Dave, to you in the YouTube land, mate, that's probably not a bad result for Apex to get a front row stuff. The next one. Dougie Gowans down, just make sure work with Tyler. I dare say Tyler would have just jumped out of the way there. Well, we can actually have a look at that pass. See what was got on here. So Tyler's on the left. Dougie's just come down. Yeah, Tyler's just held it high and wide for him. Nice and easy. Good pass. Let's get back to our 86s, and we see Dylan Gray and Samuel Smith. They are having an absolute cracking battle here. So Samuel Smith is due to our league, as I said earlier, and Dylan Gray was by himself last week. Come on, Dave! You gotta be keen, mate. You gotta back him. They're still there, but it looks like Andrew Proctor wants to ruin this party with the Apex boys on the front row. So As you say, Dave, still only early. 13 minutes left, or just over 12 minutes now, actually. As Dougie Gowans is starting to put pressure on the back of Mark Cochran. Here he comes. But he's also putting pressure on the back of Braden Sagassa. So this is where our battle pack is. And now, these four are going to turn into 5. With Tyler Sheaf getting on the back. It's going to be Matty Keane, Braden Sagassa, Mark Cochran, Dougie Gowans, and Tyler Sheaf, all in this battle pack as they chase down the front runners here. We saw these two cars earlier come together. Let's hope they don't come together again. Oh, probably using a little too much curb there. See what happens here as we see Jetto flashing headlights into turn 1. Yeah, we got you, Jetto. We see you on the stream. Tyler Sheaf now coming through turn 1, looking at the back of those 4 cars. Dougie Gowans on the back of Mark Cochran, on the back of Braden Sagasta, on the back of Matty Keane. So they're just lining up. This is for P3 on the podium. Still just under halfway through the race. 1 this evening, which is going to be split into a second one later on with a 40-minute race. So we'll see pit stops. We'll see a bit of strategy play out in the second one. So here comes Dougie Gowans up the inside. Mark's going to leave a little bit of room. Just enough. Good racing, boys. It's good clean passing. Now Mark just got to get back in the groove and stick with Dougie Gowans, I think, because you can use Dougie and get more forward. Oh, Braden's... Oh, he's switched back. Is he opened the door for Dougie Gowans? I think he has. Braden's going to the inside, though. It's going to slow him up here. Mark Cochran looking really eagle-eyed at this. He wants a shot in here as well. Matty Keane was hard on the defensive line into that back section up in a Redmond area, so that was kind of cool. Here comes Braden Sagasta now, pops the nose out. Might jump on Dougie's nose cam and have a bit of a look. Where do they make a pass? You don't want to make a pass and then not make it because you'll get swallowed by the next car or two behind you. So you've got to be committed. Got to be committed. We'll jump back here to Dylan Gray, and there's Samuel just going off the distance. Dylan Gray just not got the pace tonight by the looks of it. Nathan Allen back here. There's John Fillingham as well. About the front straight apart, so the boys are just out there doing their own thing. Dougie Gowans now, he's looking. So now Braden's in the review. He sees Dougie bouncing all around. He's not sure where he's going to go. Giving Matty Keane just a little bit of breathing room. Mark's just looking for an opportunity now. Jace Thomas now in the P10 position. So we'll flick back to that little battle as well, because that's still not sorted. See what Mark can get done here if he can get in the draft. So he's picked up the draft. Can he use it and get up alongside these boys? Oh, Dougie trying to go the long way. Some good racing for P3. Oh, Brayton got very loose. That's bound to be a slowdown. Can Dougie capitalise on that? Oh, Mark's going to have a look in here now. They sort themselves back out again. Get back to this top 10 battle. Andrew Proctor now in P10. So Jason has made a pass on Andrew Proctor here, and it's just down the front straight. It'll be into turn 1. If you're just out braking, drive on through and put another spot back. So just takes that tighter line. Good pass. Where does that put Russell though? Russell's a little bit further back, about 5 seconds. 5 seconds back. So Andrew Proctor and Jason Thomas here having a cracking battle for the 9th and 10th spot. Tyler Sheaf just starting to get into this battle now with Mark Cochran and the boys up the front. So he's trying, he's pushing for it. Here comes Jacques Swanepoel as well. Jacques is looking in P8. But you can't take... Oh, Dougie with a big dive to the right. Braden Sagassa just look in those rear views. But they're giving Matty Keane a bit of a breakaway, so I don't think Dougie's going to want to hang around too long. He's going to want to get after Matty Keane with only 6 minutes left in the race. He's definitely going to want to get there. Let's see, what does he do here? Can he crisscross him? Does he get down and crisscross? Braden just got a lot more mid-corner speed there than what Dougie seemed to have, so he just got that better drive. So we'll ride with Dougie and see if he can make something happen, filling the mirrors up. Oh, is that Matty Keane just run a little wide too, I think? Might have just stuck a tyre in the dirt. This is a cracking battle for P3 on the podium. Well, Matty Keane just got a little breakaway now. It's about 1.5 seconds. Thereabouts up the road. So we'll have to see if that can play into it here, or if Dougie Gowans can actually make a move. Does he stick it up the inside? Oh, he's right there on the back of Sagassa. A nice exit. Braden's going to have to cover, I think, down here. Like he might look... Oh... Thought about it. What do you reckon, folks? Where is he going to make the pass? Braden's moving to the right. Moving to the right. He's defending hard into the hairpin. They're rubbing. They're racing. I don't think either driver will have a problem with where they're sitting right now. They'll be loving this racing. They'll be smiling from ear to ear. Those cockpits will be full of smiles, I think. And, I'd hate to be the steering wheels. I think there's a few finger grips in those. But, Dougie Gowans now clears Braden Sagassa. See if Braden can fight back. Mark Cochran here looking at the back of this. Be careful, Tyler Sheaf is right behind him, so this is for 6 and 7 now with Mark Cochran and Tyler Sheaf. Not quite sure the boys are going to be able to get to Matty Keane. You see if fastest lap stands currently with Matty Boylett with a 38.64. riding with Tyler Sheath. This is looking at the back of Mark Cocker, and as we look back to our P10, it's Andrew Proctor with Jason Thomas sitting in the P9 position. So that's the front row potentially for our feature race tonight is going to be Andrew Proctor and Jason Thomas. So, barring any major catastrophe, that could be where we see our front row. Quick update, Stephanie McCauley back there in P12, still holding P12, up 2 spots from the start. Jackson Callow there for Velocity is in P13. Samuel Smith and Dylan Gray, you can just see the 286s there on screen. Just climbing away. Nathan Allen there on screen as well. It's about 12 seconds behind John Fillingham. So just out there getting his things done. Dougie Gowans really is motoring along. He's got into the back of Matty Keane. We'll have to see if we can put a little bit of pressure here on Matty to clear him and get away. Yeah, been a good recovery drive for Dougie Gowans after that first lap incident down here in the hairpin. Let's have a look. There is Nathan Allen just going through on the Toyota 86. Here comes Matty Boylett and Jedi Murray, followed by Matty Keane and Dougie Gowans and Braden Sagassa. Dougie Gowans is definitely getting there. We'll have to see if make that happen. Or if Matty Keane just says, nah, not going to happen. Dougie trying to go the long way around. Oh. Braden Sagassa right there as well. Oh. Chasing him across the circuit now. Chasing him. That's checkered flag. There we go. There we have it. So that was checkered. I didn't even get the white flag in SCK. Thank you, SCK. Would have been nice. No, there we go. Checkered flag. So let's get the results once they are ready to go. But we'll now go into a 10-minute warm-up, I believe, and then we have a reverse grid 40-minute race. So once all the cars do actually finish, Stephanie McCauley just dropped a spot to Jackson Callow, so she drops back into P13. We might have a quick chat with Matty Keane about that one, because that looked really interesting. Let's drag you in, actually. We'll have a chat with Matty Keane. Hey, Matty, you're the up 7 spots there, mate. The biggest mover and shaker in that one, but damn, it didn't look easy. I have no idea. Actually, I know what happened. Jake Swanepoel ran out of braking, I think, up at the hairpin and just shot through, and then you just grabbed a few spots and away you went. But yeah, it was interesting. It didn't look easy. You had Dougie there coming back at you at the end, and you had good battles up and down with a few of the boys. So how was the how was the race from your seat? Oh, hold on, Matty. Sorry.
No, you're good.
Voices are coming through now. Yeah, so how was it from your seat anyway?
Oh, well, I know I genuinely don't have the pace tonight. I haven't had enough practice, but it was fun to have the defence and have to defend hard. I knew Doug and Braden had a little bit more pace on me, but I knew Doug had a good second and a half on me, and I was not going to give it up without him having to earn it. But it was fun. It was fun. Don't get me wrong, but I don't know what happened. I knew I was going to be slow, but once I got clear and got the air, I got the free air. I think it was just
So,
nice and cruisy.
just take us through your perspective there, because we saw it looked like two LMR cars come together right in front of you there. Was that a heart and mouth moment?
I was a bit worried that Jace was going to bounce back off the concrete wall and come absolutely cannoning across the track.
Yeah.
But no, I had the faith that he'd lock up. But I very unnecessary on a straight. But it's even worse when his teammates involved. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
I got nothing for it.
It's a bit awkward, isn't it, when it happens? I mean, it was only that 1-2, and it was just, it just didn't quite fit the program right there. Something was going to happen, but I mean, it was a good start from yourself, and like I said, you went up 7 spots in that first one, so that was good. But that's going to drop you back now into about P7 for this reverse grid. How do you feel about that?
I think I'm feeling pretty damn safe. It's pretty much where I started last time. I went up 7 positions first time. Hopefully they all 10-pin bowling back at the hairpin again, and I can just cruise through, and then it's just a nice open track. But genuinely, I don't have the pace. Look, I know they'll come back at me in the longer race, but do what I can, defend as much as I can legally, and see how the boys can pass.
Well, I was going to say, you are lining up beside your sparring partner, Dougie Gowans, mate, so that's going to be a challenge in itself, isn't it?
Oh, every time we've lined up within the same 2 rows as each other, we've ended up in the wall. So it'll be it'll be interesting if we can finally make a turn 1 off the grid when we're so close.
Hey, on the flip side for SLM, Andrew Proctor is going to get the pole position. How is he going to handle that, do you reckon?
Like a good old steam train, just really slowly get off the line and just work into it.
So what's your call before turn 1? How many positions is he down?
P4.
Well, P4, you reckon he's going to drop 3 spots? Wow.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
The outside run into turn 1 is actually the more beneficial for these cars.
Line,
yeah. So I'm not going to blame him for it, because these cars wash wide and you just don't get any speed from the inside line.
We did see Dougie Gowans get off the inside and get to turn 1 first, so...
Oh, look, no, if you get there first, it's easy enough, but it's if you get pinched, if you've got someone on your outside, they'll just go past you with the momentum, and you just got no hope. They'll just drive straight around you.
Yeah, well, let's hope we don't see any more turn 1 stuff, or even down at the hairpin. Let's hope we get a clean run through the second race. Mate, you got about 5 minutes to go out there and do some more fun stuff, so we'll let you go, but thanks for popping in, and hopefully we'll chat to you after the feature.
Thanks for having me.
Thanks, buddy. All right. What we'll do, we've got a 5-minute window there. We'll chuck up the intermission screen. I'm going to go and grab a drink, grab some water, and then when we come back, we'll jump straight into our feature race. 40-minute. There is your grid. Actually, might even just leave the grid up for you there. Not necessarily grid, I guess, but either way, we will be back with the feature in just a few moments, so don't go anywhere. All right, folks, we are back. Got some refreshments on board. We are ready to go for the feature race. So let's get through what will be our reverse grid. So it'll be Andrew Proctor and Jason Thomas off the front row. Hey, you're good, Seth. You do what you got to do. Good to see you out there and having a bit of fun. I see you. So we'll get through. So Andrew Proctor, Jason Thomas off the front row, Jacques Swanepoel, Tyler Schiff off row 2, Mark Cochran, Braden Sagassa off row 3, Dougie Gowans and Matty Keane off row 4, Jetto Murray and Matty Boylett off row 5. Then we'll go back to Russell Gander, Jackson Gallo from the 6th row. Stephanie Vicoli is going to line up beside Samuel Smith on row 7. As we hide that, get our track map back up, and you go to TV1. So they are lining up. So get out there, Steph. Go get them. All right, we are just over a minute away from going live. Matty Gerard, missing you out there tonight, Matty. Hope you're well, buddy. Good to see you in the chat. It's a shame you're not with us this evening. But yeah, as we say, so Andrew Proctor, Jason Thomas, Jacques Swanepoel, Tyler Sheaf, Mark Cochran. Here we go with the lights. They are not messing around on this one. Or get 40 minutes away as they get all lined up. There goes Jacques through with that Audi. Let's get into turn 1. So Andrew Proctor is going to be P2. Let's get a look further back. There's a bit of argy-bargy. Oh, work. No way. Tell work, Wednesday nights off limits. It's TCR night, mate. No, don't do that. Whatever you do, don't do that. No, that's dead. No, don't do that. You keep doing what you're doing, mate. We love having you when you're here. It's always good to see you battling hard with the boys. Mark Cochran here, as we just pick him up. Getting down into the hairpin. Jetto Murray there, the 158. Just getting through on him there. Matty Keane now trying to come through as well. Andrew Proctor just going through there. There's Matty Keane there. Looks like Jackson Callow as well. Dougie Gowans is already up in a P2. He started alongside Matty Keane, so he's already up 5 spots. Matthew Boylett up 7. Tyler Steve. What's Tyler done? Oh no! What has happened to Tyler? That will potentially bring out a safety car. No, he's going to limp back to pit lane. Andrew Proctor crash. Let's have a look at this. It's Andrew and Tyler. Oh, no. Oh. Oh, dear. Oh, both boys just... 2 into 1 doesn't quite go, sadly. 2 into 1 just doesn't work, so Braden Sagassa now looking back to Jetto Murray. For those who are familiar with V8 Supercars and Super 2, Cooper Murray is Jetto's brother, so a bit of a racing heritage here in the CFR League. Jacques Swanepoel now getting swamped by Matty Boyle. Dougie Gowans has gotten away, so very interesting. Stephanie Piccoli now making passes as well. Nath Allen and John Fillingham are right there, side by side. Dylan Gray and Samuel Smith, oh, down into that little corner. They are battling hard as well. Battles all over the place on this one. Let's get you some timing tables. So we might jump on board with Sam here and see where he's going to make the move. Oh, he got a really good exit. So I'm trying to run him across. I think it's going to work there, Dylan. I have to fight back around the outside. Oh, side by side, these boys are not giving an inch. Running to the limits. This is what you like to see. Look at this. Mark Cochran. Just seen that Mark's had a crash. Oh no, he's facing the wrong way. Don't go out there, Mark. Oh, go now, buddy. Go now. Might have a look at that. Throw back to what's happened here for Mark. Oh, too much curb. Oh no. And it just snap oversteers. Oh no. Oh, wow. Oh. Unlucky there. Looked like maybe Jason Douglas might have just been caught in a little bit of netcode there. Not sure. Let's get back to this battle with Dylan and Sam. This is a cracking battle here in the 86 class. Oh, Dylan just... soft spin. Right in front of Stephanie Piccoli. She had nowhere to go. I think she just might have given him a little fender bender. Jacques Swanepoel now back into P3. Matty Boyle is chasing Dougie Gowans. We're still early, boys. You got a pit stop yet? We've got further 34 minutes of running, so we'll in for a cracker here, but let's have a look. Where is our next battle? Jono Murray, Braden Sagassa. Yeah, unfortunately for Tyler, mate, him and Andrew just come together. They just 2 into 1 just didn't go there, sadly. Jono Murray now looking back at Braden Sagassa trying to get the move on. Stephanie Piccoli, Mark Cochran here on screen. Jump to Steph's nose cam. We'll have a look. Stephanie, our only female competitor in CFR. Out there doing the things she likes to do. Puts John Fillingham up into P10, so that's actually interesting. Samuel Smith actually outright P9 right now. So Dylan Gray with that spin. And, oh, he's almost done it again in the same corner. Come on, Dylan. Get it together, mate. Long ways to go. Matty Gerard, it's actually interesting you say that, because I was thinking the same thing. And we're talking to Andrew Proctor in the Friday nights just the other week about Tyler's driving and how he's coming along in leaps and bounds as a race car driver. He's doing a lot of good things right now in the car, and it's showing too. Flashing your lights doesn't really do much. Jordan, I've just read your little spiel you put into the Discord about Formula Fords. It's, mate, I'm sure you'll be fine. I'm sure you will be fine. No big deals, mate. But yes, it is good when you got internet sorted out. It is great to see. Oh, Jetto just getting a little bit of grass there. It's going to slow him down for this run. And a bit of curb. So Jordan, when are we going to see you jump in the TCR or GR86 and come and have a bash out here, mate? Bet you got a little bit more protection around you in this. I'm sure you'll be fine, mate. I'm sure you'll be fine. There's a little more protection in these cars. They've got some walls and stuff on the side, so... Oh, what do you race Wednesday nights? Dylan Gray is actually not with a team any further. So he is actually a privateer racer. So what are you racing Wednesday nights, Jordan? Jacques Swanepoel here, getting back on there. Oh, you work on the car Wednesday nights. Ah. Have you actually thrown a lap in anger in it yet? But you're not working on your car, you're working on... Ah, gotcha. No sponsor, no team. No, Dylan Gray is a complete solo. So he's a free agent right now. He's your boss. But yeah, don't tell him to shove it so you can race Wednesday nights. Don't do that. That's not a good idea. Right, as we start thinking back to Russell Gander here in P8. He's looking at the back of Jason Douglas, trying to chase him down. Yeah, me too, Sammy. I'd love to get out there and have an IRL race car, but sadly the medical conditions won't allow it, so this is as close as I'm going to get. Sadly, but it is what it is. Jetto Murray here, Braden Sagassa on screen. These boys are fighting very hard. There has been a P1 and P2 pass, yep. We will check that out in just a second. So we'll see where Matty Boylett got the run. Just got the inside line. Dougie tried, I'd say, the crisscross, but didn't get it. Battles are raging up and down the field at the moment with people all over the place. There's Dylan Gray on the back of John Fillingham now. This is for P2 and P3 in the 86 series. Might be a tactic, yeah, don't burn up the tyres. You've got a pit stop yet to go, so don't throw it out too far just yet. Long ways to go. We've still got 37 minutes. That's still a long way. 27 minutes. That's a little bit odd. 37 minutes. We're 12 minutes in. Come on, Rob. Get it together. So we'll see See if John can hang on to the 86 here and just challenge Dylan Gray just a little bit. Samuel Smith has just gone off. He's in a world of his own. He's currently P9 outright, so he's inside the top 10. And jump on the nose cam with Steph and see if she can see him. And Stephanie McCauley here, currently P10 outright, having an absolute cracking race. So good on Steph. As we heard, she's also streaming this on her own channels, I'm guessing, so good racing for Steph to be P10 right now for the Apex team. Dougie Gowan still just hanging on to the back of Matty Boylett. Go on the nose. I'll tell you what, they might call him a grandpa, but he can still wheel this car around. They are into the 38s. Matty Boyle at 38.4 best lap, and Dougie on 38.6 for his best lap, but they're about a 38.8 last lap. There's your last lap times. Give you all those details live on the screen. It's fantastic. Let's see where the battles are now. We've got a nice one here with Dylan Gray and Andrew Proctor. This is not something I thought I would see. Andrew Proctor's looking at the back of Mark Cochran as well. So Dylan Gray posting 44.8, 45.6 last lap. Andrew Proctor 41.7. So interesting times. Chase Douglas on screen now, chasing the back of Matty Keane. G'day Murray now with Braden Sagassa. These boys are not giving an inch to each other at the moment. They are fighting hard. So Braden Sagassa here, just looking at the back, and then G'day Murray's looking at the back of Jacques Swanepoel. So Jacques just doing his thing at the moment. He's about 8 seconds off the back of Dougie Gowans. We might ride with this battle for a little bit, just see what these boys are up to. Mark Cochran and Andrew Proctor have just had a position change. That's because Mark's gone off the circuit. We'll have a look at that and see what happened here for Mark. Is it just an outbraking? Oh, it looks like he's just outbroken himself. Oh. Don't hit the wall too hard. Oh, don't hit the wall at all. Well done, Mr. Cochran. Well done, sir. Well done. So Steph's now in the pit lane. Take an early stop. I don't think she's got any damage. Looks like it might purely just be strategy here. 21 minutes and nearly 22 minutes on a pit stop. Oh, 100%. Yeah, Matty Gerard, it's oh, we'll just watch for a second. Yep, out we go. So it's just a standard stop. It's just going to pop out and get on her way, which is fantastic to see. And that will make her one of the first lappers. Nathan Allen also in the pit lane as well. Just coming in for his stop. This is now Jedi Murray on Jacques Swanepoel. Bit hard to tell with all the blues and blacks on these cars, but Jetto is LMR there and Jacques is Frog Leap Juice. It's going to bring Braden Sagassa back into this fight very quickly. There goes Jacques in. For his pit stop. So that's going to leave Braden Sagassa and Jetto Murray to fight their life away on this one. See how they can go. Oh, don't forget we still have pit stops for the most of the field. Jacques looking for a bit of an undercut, I would suggest. He's right there at the front of the field. He's going to get out of pit lane very quickly. Chase Douglas now looking at the back of Matty King. Oh, Matty just got some good mid-corner speed there. That was nice. Nice drive off that corner. Jump back to our GR86 leader, Samuel Smith. Just out there cruising around. He's got about 21 seconds to Dylan Gray in P2 right now. So those couple of moments that Dylan had early on, not so great. Matty Boylett is now in the pit lane as well. Dougie Gowan just blazes on by. Says, see you later. Braden Sagassa also in the pit lane with Jetto Murray. The boys are starting to get their stops out of the way now. They are there. Braden and Jet just cruising on down pit lane. Does Braden jump him in the pit? Can we watch it? We'll watch it live. He does jump him in the pit lane. So there you have it. All right, Dougie Gowan's now getting around Dylan Gray there in the GR86. So, as we say, Braden Sagassa did jump Jetto Murray there. Jacques Swanepoel has jumped both of them in that pit stop. So we're looking at a total pit lane time of 43 seconds. Dougie Gowans is about 29 to Matty Boylett. I'm not sure if it's a planned move, but I guess we'll find out in just a moment when we see Dougie either take to the pit lane or blaze on by. Looks like he's going to blaze on again. Dylan Gray takes to the pit lane early. Andrew Proctor is also in the pit lane. Samuel Smith for the GR86 is also in the pit lane. There's Dougie there, just going around the back. Jacques Swanepoel now, with Braden Zagastra and Jed Murray resuming their little battle on track, which is fantastic to see. Love to see good battles. Mark Cochran here. Jackson Kello's just up the road. Yeah, just went past Nathan Allen. Stephanie Piccoli now with a 42.91. That's her fastest lap this evening in this race. 42.91. A good job there for Steph to put down a stellar lap. We jump back to Tyler. He's back out there having another dig at it. He's in P12. 39.51 for Tyler, best lap. So again, not far off the pace of the front boys at all. About 3/4 of a second overall pace difference. These boys are still at it. Oh, that was a big hit in the rear. You caught that live. These boys are playing for keeps right now with a little over a little under 15 minutes left, sorry. These boys are having a cracking battle. It's not the first time Jet's blinked around that area of the track, so maybe something's going on for him there. Is that Stephanie Piccoli? I think that is right there. Stephanie Piccoli there on back there with Jacques Swanepoel and Dylan Gray, so this is going to get a little congested for Braden Zagastra and Jed Murray. Matty Keane currently leading this race without a pit stop, and here he goes for his pit stop. So 43 seconds will bring him out just in front of Jason Douglas, about P9 I think, so he'll drop in about P8. So we'll have a look at that and see how he goes. There's Matty Boylett and Dougie Gowans on screen. Really good. Andrew Proctor again, P11, doing his thing. Jason Thomas here on screen for Apex, currently P9. It's about 28 seconds from Jackson Kello, but he's about 3 seconds in front of Mark Cochran, so leading his teammate there. Samuel Smith back out again in a P1. Or maybe, I don't know, mate, we'll have to see. Matty Keane is back out, and he is in front of Jace Douglas. So, as we call it, about P8, but it's actually P6. So the only one not to have pitted so far is Russell in the top 3. And 43 seconds from him will bring him down behind Jackson Callow. So we'll have a look. Yeah, Matty King was about a 42-second pit, so it's not too bad. What has happened to Braden Sagasa? Let's have a look here. Yeah. All right. We're not going to comment on that one. That was... yes. Well. No comment, Matty Gerard. Agreed. No comment at all. Yeah. I think we'll leave that one in the hands of somebody else. That didn't look very... yeah, leave that one for race review. 100%. Yeah, there's not much to say about that. Unfortunately, there's not much to say there, but we'll move on with 10 minutes left to go. Stephanie McCauley currently P14 outright. Samuel Smith, GR86 driver, currently P11 outright. Can we just highlight that for a minute? P11 outright in a GR86 versus some of these TCRs. So that's a heck of a drive by Samuel Smith, who's a newcomer to the league. Also, John Fillingham here he's looking at a P3 in the GR86 series. Again, newcomer to the series, only joined us today, and lobbed straight into the 86. So pleasure to have these boys along and joining the league. Andrew Proctor here all by himself. Just running some practice laps right now. Currently P10. Be a good result for Andrew. Mark Cochran in P9. And Jackson Callow here in P8. A nice little battle on his hands with Jace Douglas. Yeah, no. That's not a hello. And as I suspected, that has been called straight to race review. So that's yeah, that's gonna be an interesting one. Let's say that. That's yeah. Again, that's really awkward. And you're sitting here in the comm box and you're watching it and you're just like, ah. you kind of draw a decision and you don't want to say too much, so we'll just leave it at that and we'll see what the review committee come up with on that one, I think. But yeah, a challenge for Matty King now. He's by himself in P5. He's got 11 seconds to Jedi Murray and about 13 back to Russell Gander. Russell's way back here. Yes, Sammy. Yeah, you sat through enough reviews, mate, and yeah, I think that's going to be a very, very interesting one. So don't forget, guys. For some of you newcomers, we do broadcast the race reviews. So right after the race, we'll do our podiums, potentially all 6 drivers, hopefully. And then we will go to a race review. We do broadcast that. You can listen in and you can see and hear all the results that come out of it and what gets deemed an incident. Yeah, well, I mean, you could hope so, Jordan. You could hope so, but I'm not sure that is one of the things that may happen. But we'll see. We'll see what happens. Never say never, right? There's Tyler Sheaf, and I'm just trying to pick. Is that? I mean. Yeah, it depends on... I guess it depends on the individual and how they want to interpret what has happened or what they did or what they didn't do. So, again, it is what it is. Is so dead? Jordan was blocking. Jordan was blocking. Yeah, we'll blame Jordan, yeah. Yeah, Jordan, don't block, mate. Just lift up and let him go. Welcome in, Mr. Dead. Good to see you. Alright, so as we start to wind down, we got just over 5 minutes left in this one. We are on board with Jason Thomas. Jedi Murray's just gone around him. There's Jetto there on screen in the LMR blue and black car. Can't say that because right in front of him is Jacques Swanner pulled in a blue and black car, but one is LMR and one is Frog Leap Juice. So bounce on back to Tyler Sheaf, who's having a cracking battle here with Jason Thomas. Samuel Smith now dropped back to P13 overall. So the TCRs have just caught up with him. We'll start looking towards the front here in just a moment. we could actually reword the song. Yeah, absolutely. All right, we'll start catching up with these front three guys as we start to wind down in the last 4 minutes of the race. Jacques Swanepoel currently P3 for Frog Leap Juice, sitting there with Jedi Murray 1 second behind him. Dougie Gowan's now on screen. Looks like he is behind Andrew Proctor, and he's about 3.7 seconds. We appreciate it, Mr. Dead, but yeah, we just do our thing. We just have a bit of fun along the way, and people enjoy it. They do, and if we don't all enjoy what we're doing, then there's no point doing it. So we're having a lot of fun out here. This is a good battle on track in the TCR and 86 stuff, and then come Friday night for our Formula Ford. Whew. Interesting stuff. So I'm just looking back. Jason Douglas there trying to get to Russell Gander. Not quite sure he's going to get there for P6. Matty Keane looks like he's pretty stable for a P5 tonight in our feature race. Looking out there on his own, he's got a best of a 139.85. So just cruising around the 140s. That's not a bad song either, Jordan. Not a bad song. Oh, Matty King has got a lot of curve there. A lot of curve coming into that section. Well, that's the thing. He's not. He's not in a race team at all. So as we do get into the last 2 minutes. They've got the 2-minute clock just tick on over. We'll see probably 2 more laps, I would suggest. Matty Boylett currently leading. So he's going to get this lap in a minute 30. We'll see if he can get across the line. I don't think he's going to get it. This could be the white flag, I think. Might have the white flag there, I think. That might just about seal it. So Matty Boylett, the 38.32 fastest lap of the race on that lap there. Jacques Swanepoel now looking at a P3. He can just get it to the checkered flag. Dougie Gowans can look at a P2. Matty Keane, yeah, there is a white flag. We do see Barney waving it, so it is the white flag. So we'll jump on board with Matty Boylett. Oh, is that Steph? Steph? No? Okay. Jump on board with Matty Boylett as he just comes through the back section of the circuit. He's got about 4 corners to go. Go through this left-hander. Get around here, you'll flick it right. We'll get in his cockpit for the checkered flag. 2 corners to go. Then nice long run for the checkered flag. Checkered flag here for Matty Boylett. A win at the feature race. And up 9 spots, so he's going to get both wins tonight. Dougie Gowans in P2. Jacques Swanepoel here going to bring it home in P3. There is the checkered flag there. Jado Murray in P4. Matty Keane is coming through the final corner now. Getting a nice long run up for the checkered flag. Going to bring it home P5. Chase Douglas now just, again, same corner, just coming through. He's going to wrap up P6. Russell Gander right behind him for P7. Jackson Callow here up the last couple of corners. Going to bring home P8. Mark Cochran P9. Andrew Proctor is going to bring it home in P10. Right with Jackson Callow as he comes through. With a long run for the checkered flag. Jackson up 4 spots. Comes Mark Cochran. Apex Esports League. So he comes across for a P9 result. Well done to Mark. Andrew Proctor here, just he's already finished because he's down the lap anyway. All right, so we're going to get Jacques has already bailed, so there's our top 2 up on the podium. So we'll wait for Dougie Gowans to come in there and we'll get a chat with those boys from our podium. All right, so let us throw back and pick up Jacques. We'll bring Jacques in. Jacques, P3 tonight, mate, in the feature. How was that out there for you?
This is the one of the toughest ones because this Audi just doesn't suit the track well. I really had to push the car to the absolute limit, and obviously race 1 outbraking myself into the hairpin was a bit of a noob moment, but we survived it. Survived it to get to the podium. But Dougie and Matthew were just so much faster around here. I just saw them drive away, and it was nothing I could do.
You say that the Audi didn't match up to the track. Is it just because of the way the track flows, or is it just maybe the car itself, do you think?
It took a good 6 laps before the car realized it had a steering wheel. Because I was turning it and I was slowing it down, but it just wasn't turning. And it took a while for the tires to get up to speed. Once that happened, I was still slower than them, but I was fast enough to keep the other guys at bay. So that was good. And then the pit stop actually helped me. I think I gained a bit of time on them. So I think going in that lap earlier, they probably battled on my in lap, and I was fortunate that I had clear track coming out, so it really helped me.
Yeah, right. Now, we did see you take that early pit stop. Was that all strategy, or were you literally just fighting for survival at that point?
Oh, they were right behind me, so I thought I'm not going to stay out on a lap because they're going to around me, and then I'm going to lose all the benefit. So I ducked in 1 lap earlier than they did, and as I came out, I literally had clear track in front of me. So it was very fortuitous. And as I came around, I gained about 1.5 seconds on them on the outlap. So that really, really paid off because it gave me that buffer. And then obviously they were still fighting all the way through. So it'll be interesting to see what happens during race review. So it was a good race. Really enjoyed it. Really hoping to tune the car up to next week and having a bit more competitive edge from this car. So it definitely, as I said, I just saw everybody else drive away from me that I usually am able to either keep with or drive away from easily. So yeah, either the setup was just too radical or it was just me. I don't know. Yeah, we'll see next week.
Yeah, absolutely. No, well, mate, well done. P3 tonight, and again, like you said, you made that error in the first one, but again, you got back and you got a podium for the feature. So well done tonight, mate. Time to give your sponsors a shout out and tell us who keeps bringing you back each week.
Oh yeah, I just want to thank the guys from Just as well as FH Graphics and obviously all the other guys who went here this week. I'd really like to see them back next week so we can dominate. So thanks for broadcasting as well.
Yeah, no worries, Jacques. Well, mate, we'll let you get back out there, go and celebrate, and have a good evening, and we'll catch you next week.
Cheers, Rob.
Thanks, buddy. All right. Well, it's not a TCR race, unless we talk to this man. But this man's in P2, Dougie Gowans.
Yes.
Mate.
Oh, you can't win them all.
What's going on out there?
What do you mean? I gave it everything I had. Matty Boylett was just lightning fast tonight, and he was very hard to keep up with. Well done to him. Great job.
So we just heard from Jacques about that race 1 incident, and unfortunately, you got caught up in that.
Yes.
From your seat, what did you see coming at that point, or did you not see anything coming?
I saw absolutely nothing, and next thing I know, I'm on a carnival ride doing 360s.
Wow, interesting. So,
yep.
Did you get much damage from
that? Yes, I had to pit, didn't I? Yes. I got a meatball, so I had to go into the pits. No, I didn't. No, I don't think I did. No. Another race I'm thinking of. Yeah, no. Look, I didn't see anything at all. Matty and I were just side by side. I knew it wasn't Matt because it was a pretty. I knew that the contact wasn't because Matt had braked too late or anything like that. So yeah, I kind of thought someone else might have locked the brakes behind us, but no, I didn't see a thing.
Yeah, no, unfortunately, Jacques just straight up the inside, but it happens. It's the way it is. It's the way it is. But
yeah. I mean, Matty jumped on the radio and said, "Oh, look, I'm sorry if it was me, or something along those lines." He had to avoid the car on the inside, and I just said, "No worries, mate," and that's what it is. These things happen. Yeah,
no, exactly right. And we're all racers. We all see it, and we're kind of in a phase now. We're round 7, round 8. We kind of know who we can race and who we can't race, aren't we?
Oh, definitely. That's right. Yeah. And I knew I could race Matty pretty close as well. The idea in that first stint in the second race was to sit right behind him, keep the pressure right on him, do some fuel saving, get an extra couple of laps, and try and get the overcut when I have a lighter tank than what he did. But he must have come out of those pits and done some lightning fast laps because he came out well in front.
Yeah, no, it's pretty close. And I mean, you guys had pretty close lap times, throughout the evening. But he was about 2.5 tenths quicker overall on a fast lap. So
that's right. Yeah. I couldn't go any harder than that. I was giving everything I had, and that was great racing. Really, really enjoyed it.
Yeah, no, it's a lot of fun. It was good to watch too, and the crowd on YouTube were loving it as well. So,
yeah. Oh, look, it's a bit hard to see when you're behind one of these TCRs. So I'd pop out every now and then just so I can get a reference to where I was. Like I said, I just really tried to keep the pressure on him. I think at one stage there he was starting to overdrive the car a bit. A few off tracks here and there, and the car getting a bit squirrely. And that was my intention. And yeah, of course, absolutely, because I knew that our pace was very, very similar. So there was no point in me being in the front. I'd much rather be behind.
Yeah, you want to be the hunter, not the hunted, mate.
Absolutely.
Exactly. Hey, they called you grandpa, mate, but you can wheel this car. We've got to take it off. You can certainly wheel this little TCR around the place, and it shows that you've got the skill for it. But again, what was different with tonight's car versus say last week? Is it just a track combination? Was it just a setup, do you think, or?
It's a track I've never fully enjoyed. The setup was absolutely fine. I don't know if you remember last week I said, that I could feel the flow of the track. And at this track, I struggle a little bit with feeling that. Sometimes I feel like I'm trying to force things instead of it just being a natural flow of driving style. So it's not my favourite track. But yeah, it was a really good race with Matt tonight, and I'm glad that I was able to, keep the pressure on him and not make it easy for him.
Yeah, well, Matty Gerard in the chat's been yelling the praises for you boys all night, and he says, "Well done, Dougie." So
stop working night shifts, Matty Gerard. Come back and race. And that reminds me of something too. We have a new teammate tonight, Jackson Callow.
Yes.
He just made the opening race. He's actually racing in a moon boot. So get this. So he's actually starting the car with his hand on the accelerator.
He's with his hand on the accelerator.
Yeah, he's got his hand on the accelerator. I know.
He's got a top 10.
Starting the car with his hand on the accelerator. Unbelievable.
Crazy stuff. Hey, good on him for doing it, though. At least he's out there having a crack at it. And
that's right, absolutely, yeah, and he's a good driver too. So yeah, looking forward to seeing more what he can bring to the series. Yeah,
absolutely, and it's good to see new drivers coming in too. Like we saw, Samuel Smith come in tonight as well in the 86s. Fast in that car as well. Also, John Fillingham from Veteran Gaming as well.
Yes, I saw John there. Yeah,
that's good to see some of these. Names, we see from other leagues and other ventures just popping in and having a race. So it's good to see. Sam Katakazunas asking, what's a moon boot? It's one of those braces that go around your foot and your ankle and halfway up to your knee. So he's also done some ankle damage at some point.
Yes.
So it's just like a big, big brace. Boot. Yeah, it's big solid boot pretty much. Yeah, so
that's right. I don't think I could lean far enough to put my hand on my accelerator.
You have to get the nurses to do it for you, mate. You'd have to get them to just pull that pedal for you.
He must be pretty limber, mate, because I can't even touch me freaking knees.
Yeah, I was going to say, he must be young then, because I don't think I could get my. I don't think I could. I can't reach. No, I'm not even going to try. I'll bust a rib or something.
Yeah, you'll be in emergency before you know it.
Exactly. Well, mate, time to do the shout outs and tell us who keeps you coming back week in and week out doing the things you do.
Well, first and foremost, what keeps me bringing back is the drivers on track. I love racing against these guys, and they're a really good bunch of fellas. The series is fantastic. Steve from Velocity, lots of support from him and the teammates. Welcome Jackson to the series and to the to the road side of things. Tyler, like I said, Shane, Matty Gerard can't race tonight. You guys doing the commentating and the broadcast, and and Matty Keane for just being a bit of a buffhead.
Only a bit of a buffhead. All right, we'll leave it. We'll leave it a bit of a buffhead.
I wasn't going to take it further.
Dougie, always a pleasure, mate. And look, we'll let you get out there. I'm sure the team are are quite happy with the results tonight for not only yourself, but Jackson and Tyler as well, bringing home a P11. So good to see you boys out there and representing, and good to see another inter-team battle happening out there. So
Absolutely. Thanks very much, mate.
no worries,
Appreciate it.
Zaggy. Thanks, buddy.
See you. Bye-bye.
All right. And let's get... I think I might name this like Lightning McQueen. Matty Boylett, how was that tonight, mate? You were fast out there, both races?
Yeah, it's pretty good. Having a steer, pretty fun. Getting the job done.
So this circuit, do you like the circuit, or is it just something that you've adapted to?
Not so much like, I guess I'm pretty quick at it, I guess. Yeah, adapted to it pretty good.
Yeah, because we hear from drivers they like the flow of some tracks and not others, and we sort of heard there from Dougie Gowns, this just isn't his track. He just doesn't get the flow of the track. Do you find the same thing, or are you more than happy to race pretty much anywhere?
I'm pretty easy on racing as long as not a bunch of muppets, but yeah, it was pretty flow in my opinion. It wasn't too bad. Had to hold mid-corner speed.
Yeah, right. Well, we've got a few people in the chat that were talking about IRL racing. We know you did some racing on the weekend. How did that go for you?
Start of the weekend wasn't too good, but came back to 8th, but found another problem in the car, so hopefully next time should be better.
Yeah, nice. Never like problems in cars, mate. Doesn't make you go fast.
Nah.
So where's the next round for you, IRL, mate?
I think it's Morgan Park and starting next month.
Nice. So you're expecting a good result, hopefully.
Yeah,
Now you found that
should be
problem
good.
with the car?
Yeah, we found that problem, fixed it, so hopefully it should be good.
Excellent. Well, mate, time for you to give us your shout-outs and tell us who keeps you coming back and racing the way you do.
First of all, teammates at LMR, Jason, Jet, and also Lodge Bros, Dubby, NZ Performance, Wayne Brawley Mechanical, Look to Driver Performance, OKMS Photography, Majors Garage, and JM Designs.
Excellent work, mate. Hey, we won't keep you too long, mate. We'll let you get back out there with the team and celebrate, but it's also a good result for Jetto too, P4. And
yeah, it wasn't the
Jason,
best
top
as...
six.
Yeah, Jet could have done way better if people didn't take him out.
I'm sure we'll see Jetto come back, mate. He always does. He fights back and he gets it done, but
He'll be back.
he'll be back, I'm sure. So, all right, we won't keep you, Mud. You go and celebrate with the team. That was a good drive tonight, both races, and congratulations once
Thank
again.
you. Cheers.
All right. You done a 31 at QR. I've been following. Too obsessed with that. Said Jordan there. Following Matty Boylett and his extravagant racing over in the IRL world. All right, folks, that has wrapped up the podium interviews. The GR86 boys didn't pop on in, so we won't be interviewing those guys this evening, which is up to them. That's fine, and no problems at all. What we're going to do, we're going to throw to our intermission. Don't go away. We are going for a race review. And if I'm looking up the list, it's a doozy. So stand by, and we'll be back in a few minutes with our post-race review. So don't go away.
Go on to it.
All right, we are back with the review. We will hand over to Matty Keane and P. Baxter to run this one, and we'll get on through.
Thanks, Rob. Matty, driving the picture as always, all the drivers in the race review channel. I remind you that the rules are if you're involved in the incident or you are in a team that's involved in the incident, please go on mute for the review. If you're not involved in the incident, I do ask you to speak up and give us your opinion of the events. I will try to guide you with giving you advice on the rules and the interpretation of the rules, but I will not make the decision for you.
Quick one. Oh, sorry.
Sure, Matty, yep.
Because these two are teammates, can the other driver that's not involved, like, can I speak? Or nah?
No, no, stay out, please. No.
All right.
Alrighty, so first is between car number 158 and 110. I don't know which one's which, but Matty, if you'd like to play it through a couple of times for us.
I can help. Peter, I can help you. No.
If you're involved, say on mute, please.
Still, just it's all right. Calm down.
Let's just play it for you to start with.
I will be giving you the far chase view of each car, then the cockpit view. The blue car is 158. The red car is 110.
Matty, could you slow that down for us when you restart it, please?
Is this too slow?
That's perfect, mate.
And he's crashed. All right, guys, you have the floor.
All right, does anybody like to see any other camera angles? Awesome, I'll take silence as a no. Would anybody like to open up with a view of who may be at fault or have any questions for rules? So the rule is if the two cars are on a straight and there is overlap, each car must be provided racing room, which is a car width from the white lines on the outside.
Can I suggest this one probably go to the board?
No, I think this is just pure stupidity, is all it is.
Well, I think it should go to the board and both the boys can talk their thing with the board.
My thoughts are...
It looks terrible, it looks deliberate.
Hang on, let Sharks talk, don't talk over him.
I believe this was them trying to fall into line with each other for a draft move. I think they mistimed it. Honestly, from my point of view, it looks like one is seeing the other one going past, trying to fall in behind him, while the other one was trying to weave in as well, and they mistimed it.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking as well. Like, it looks like the Jace wants to get behind Jet, and obviously they just not fully cleared each other without realising. Both cars did steer left and right, so they both tried to merge.
Okay.
One way or the other.
Yes, I agree they are trying to fall into draft, but it doesn't mean both cars need to move. That's completely delegates of draft. One car could have held its line, the other could have fallen in behind. And it's just complete utter stupidity.
So So remember, to be a penalty on somebody, it must be a predominantly at fault for a single driver. Is there a single driver predominantly at fault for this incident?
No, there's not.
I think both are at fault.
Yeah.
Come on.
So we've got no, and both. Nath?
If I was going to penalise anyone, it'd have to be the blue car there. He didn't need to move. He could have stayed in his line.
No, the question was, did both drivers move and both drivers are at fault?
No, the question was, is there a driver predominantly at fault?
No, I don't think there is, because they both moved for the middle line.
Oh, sorry, who was that talking?
Andrew. Sorry, I'm
cool. No,
doing
I just
things to the kids at the same time.
Disconnect. No, I just got to adjust my Discord so I can see who's talking.
Yeah.
Yep. Okay. All right. So we got 4 at the moment. We've got 4 who are on an even contribution. Nath's still on the fence. Does anybody violently disagree, or does anybody violently agree with Nathan that would like to talk up? Okay, I'm going to take that as a no. I'm going to take that right now as it is both drivers at fault for moving as a racing incident, and therefore no penalty applies.
It would be fine.
Okay, next incident is race 2, lap 21, car 80, turn 3.
Give me a sec to fix cameras, guys. Sorry. And we were what lap? Sorry.
Race 2, lap 21, turn 3.
Back it up a bit, Matt.
Oh, sorry, I missed one, but that's all right. We'll come back up.
All right, this is the view from car 80. I'm assuming it's the Toyota.
80 and 83.
Okay, it's the Toyota. Cockpit view from the Toyota.
Do be quiet, bed.
Cockpit from car 80.
I'm going to go racing. No. Car 80 had the run, had the inside side by side before the next section of the S's, and I think he just caught the 86 unaware. But he's clearly up there, clearly ahead before the next turning. And just the speed difference between the two.
Okay, does anybody else want to see any other videos? Okay, so there's 2 rules that apply here. The first rule is the multi-class racing rule, where the faster class is responsible for a safe overtake of the slower class. The second rule is the overlap at a corner rule, where a car must have a half car length overlap at the turning point. And in this case, it's actually on the exit of the corner. So let's play that through in the context of the rules.
Roll through
All right.
on exit.
Yep.
Yeah, he's got the overlap. He's gone the right-hand side because he would have drilled him in the rear if he didn't. And I think he's just caught the 86 unaware. It is a very fast section of track and not even half second quicker, and it would have been full clear anyway.
All right, is that something? Oh, I agree with you, frankly. I think both rules have been met by the faster car. Is the turn in by the 86 something that would warrant a penalty? Do you think that 86 is predominantly at fault?
I don't think it does because the 86 does. It's like he's caught unaware that the car's there. He's just had another car go in front. He's watching the back of that, and he's had the quicker car just go up, and it's almost like it's mistimed because I don't think he would have, as I said, less than half a second, and there'd be no contact at all.
So, is there anybody here that thinks there is a driving infringement by car the 86?
No, I think it's just a racing incident.
If there's no yeses in 3 seconds, it'll be a racing incident. That'll be a racing incident. All right, Maddie, can you go to car number 158, lap 16, between turns 7 and 8. In this instance, so just before you get there, Maddie, just pause it for a sec. There is a claim here of unintentional wreck. What I want to do first is I'm going to ask you the question of whether there is a driver at fault. And then if you as a driver group believe there is intention, the intention will be referred for a directors only review post this session. Okay, so we're looking at driver at fault, and then the second component is whether you as a driver group think there is an intentional issue to answer.
All right, guys, far chase from car 158, then 16.
I don't know where the phones came from.
I have looked at this. I feel there is something intentional involved in it. I feel it should go straight to the directors. Does not need to be looked at any further.
I was watching it in my review because I was a car ahead, and they were both sort of turning into each other from what I could see in my review at the time.
Well, Braden has every right to squeeze the other car
to the edge of the road and give it room.
Exactly, that's correct. And he wasn't making. He was making one smooth move to do that.
Just slow that down right here for us, Matt. Perfect.
Nath, can you just close your mic off, please? Thanks, bud.
Yeah, no, and he's left him enough racing room, so there's not like he's off track totally. It's not a lot, but there's enough. There's at least the car's still on track. It's not off track.
Can you scroll back slowly a bit? That's so he's trying to keep the car on. His wheel straight, point of contact, drags the wheel.
Can we get?
Can we go to the point of contact?
Can I have one voice at a time, please? Sorry. Andrew, you've got a very big voice. Just calm.
The point of contact was the in car. So they're both coming down on each other.
Who's in the cockpit in the purple car?
Both wheels are straight.
Show us the other car again.
That's tilted a little bit to the right.
That's the point of contact, though.
That's point of contact.
Go back a few frames.
That's trying to turn away from the grass. This is a tough call.
Welcome to race reviews.
And the other one is, was there sufficient overlap?
Can you play that through at full speed from this cockpit view?
Okay, so let me talk about the rule about overlap on a straight line. It's the same as the one on the straight. This is not yet at the point of where we're nearing a corner, so the overlap rule is any overlap requires track width by both cars. So track space needs to be left, so you can't you can't drive a car off a track. Blocking applies if a car moves twice when they're defending, and a car moves in reaction to another car, and normally a blocking would apply if the car in front is fully in front and there's no overlap.
I think before we go to the rules, Pete, I think we need to answer your first question as a group. Is there an intentional takeout on either side? I feel on both sides of the drivers, there is intent on both of them.
From both sides?
Yep.
I reckon
Do you think that's
the only
50?
intent there is to race hard.
I don't see that. I just see squeezing up against the corner, which is perfectly fine as far as I'm concerned in regards to racing.
Yeah, they're both racing real hard.
That's right, and that's absolutely fine.
All right, so I've got, hang on, let me just summarise. Let's pause for a sec, mate. So, Nath, I've got 50-50 from you, is that right?
I feel there is intent from both drivers, but one more driver was more intentional than the other.
Which one?
I'd say the blue car here.
The inside car, okay.
Yep.
Is that an intent or an at fault?
I think he's saying at fault, but both intent. I'm trying to.
So intentional is really hard to prove, right? So intentional, you need to demonstrate the car actually wants to turn someone. And I would normally do that by the steering wheel view at pre-point of contact is really the guidance for me. At fault comes down to the rules, the overlap, and the lines the cars are taking in this instance. So the at fault for me, I would judge that from more of a far chase view. The intent I would judge from a steering wheel view. Does that help you?
Yeah, all right. So if we go back from here a little bit, please, Matty.
How far? A little bit, man. Sorry.
Keep going. So from here, if you slow-mo it from here, right, there's a little bit of contact there. Now you can see clearly the purple car's moving away. There's no reason for this blue car to be turning right at all. He has got racing room to go down the left there. There is no reason to turn right at all.
I think there's a slight reason too, the fact that he was angled towards the grass. So he's automatically going to go to the right so he doesn't put it on the grass, because we know iRacing grass is like ice.
But the other question is, how close is you to the grass?
Yeah, from me being a driver, I can see from that point of view in the blue car that he still has room on the left-hand side. So the initial point of contact here, that's causing what the steering wheel motion's going on. Okay.
Yeah, there the car was actually angled right towards the center of the track.
Yeah, I'm not going to make a call on this one. I'll just refer it to the directors.
Yeah,
I'm saying the same.
It's a tough one. It's yeah.
Roger, let's leave it at that.
Yep.
It'll be something we'll look at as a group of directors later. So results will remain provisional.
Just an extra note, Nathan Allen has forfeited all his points for the season to change car for a second time. So I will be adjusting points before the weekend. Just a note for everybody: if you do change car more than once, that is your option. But you do forfeit your points prior to that. We give you one,
Matty.
We give you one free change.
Okay, so race 2.
That was another one.
Car. Oh yeah, we got 3 to go. Race 2. Car 158 or 83.
What lap?
Lap 9. Turn 1.
I got excited. Sorry, I thought I was hungry. Turn lap 9, turn 1.
Yep. 158 and 83. Race 2, lap 9, turn 1.
Lap 9 for which car?
Might be lap 10.
I'll check 83, lap 9. Yeah, here it is. Sorry. All right. Chase view from car 83. Chase view from car 158.
This will black out, Matt.
Yep. Cockpit view. And cockpit view. Again, guys, apologies, can't fix the replay.
All right, so there are 2 rules that come into play for me here. The first rule is the multi-class rule regarding the faster car is responsible for a safe overtake at all times. The second rule is the overlap rule at the point of turn-in to make sure that the car on the inside has racing room. They're the 2 rules that apply. I don't think we can judge from the replay from the car on the inside because of the net code, so we're going to have to judge this from the car on the outside. The third thing that does apply here is because there is net code, we need to make a decision of whether that impacted the incident and or whether the incident would have occurred regardless of the net code.
Both rules were met by the overtaking car. You can clearly see in the mirror of the 86 the car coming up from behind when you're in the cockpit view. If anything, the 86 just slightly misjudged his turn in to sneak in behind the TCR.
I think the TCR understeered slightly also. That's what increased the amount of impacts with the netcode, because I think netcode contributed to him going slightly wider.
I don't normally buy into these, but if you look at the onboard from the 86, you can see right as he turns in, he's also catching the car too. So it's a braking kind of scenario. So this is really going to be an awkward one to call on.
Yeah, he's
Clearly on the rule, because obviously there's
dirt slide.
2 different classes. So the faster car coming into a corner is supposed to have overlap no matter what for commitment. Is that in the braking point as well, or just
before corner turning?
Yeah. Because I know for sure, because I've obviously driven 86 on this track a fair bit. Obviously you got to brake a little bit earlier than TCRs as well. So that does allow the TCR to creep up to them very quickly in the corner.
He's already very quickly on him.
You see, he's actually braking already in the car on the right.
I think Nate's got lucky he disappears, to be honest.
Okay, so does anybody think there is a driver predominantly at fault here?
No, I think
Or does anybody think there is a driving infringement to be entered?
I think racing.
Neither.
Neither?
Yeah.
Racing incident? Andrew?
I'm going to go racing incident.
Anybody else?
Racing incident from me.
3. Does anybody completely disagree? I'll take that as a no. That'll be deemed a racing incident. Okay, we have race 1, lap. Oh no, that's done. Race 2, lap 3.
Car what?
It says, Jace Douglas, help me out here. 15 cars involved with car 110.
It's car 15 and 110.
Car 15.
Whoa.
So we had 18 cars on track.
Whoa. I want to see that incident.
That sounds like a whole different show,
lap
that
3,
one.
Matt. Lap 3 into the hairpin. After turn 3, 4 into the hairpin.
That sounds like CFR After Dark.
Quick question before we get to the incident. Was I blinking that much the whole race or just that one?
On and off, Jet, you blinked.
Okay.
Can we just say that for after the review, though, please?
Yeah,
it's already going on 10 o'clock. So after review, free to speak right now. Let's just get through this.
This is the last one. Yep.
This is far chase from car 110.
Ooh.
We go.
Hey. Thank you.
All right.
Far chase from car 15.
Can you go rear chase car 15?
Yes, please.
Don't go chase, go rear chase because it will show you the brakes if he holds it the whole way.
All right. Let me remind you, in the rule set, there is no rule that requires drivers to hold their brakes in a spin. However, if you believe a driver could have held their brakes and prevented contact, that is something to be considered. And that will be the same for any incident where there is a loss of control and a rejoin, for example. So that's not, the main rule that applies here is what the driver's doing in the spin. There is no rule that says you must apply brakes.
Yeah, I think Mark done the best he can to try and prevent.
Looks like he's got his brakes on all the way through, doesn't it?
Brake lights are lit up the whole time.
Yeah.
He's holding them.
Yep.
Yeah, I think that's similar to my lap one. Race 2, that wasn't reported. It's just a racing incident, unfortunately, in my eyes.
Release him though.
Yeah, he's got so unlucky here.
Yeah, that's just unlucky.
It is.
That's in the ABS. That's why it's still rolling.
Yep. Very unfortunate.
Does anybody here think that that is a driving infringement by car 15?
I don't know.
Negative.
No.
You don't believe it, Dougie, or you don't know?
I don't believe it.
Thank you.
Same.
All right, I'm not hearing there is. Racing incident? move on.
Correct.
That is the last one for tonight. Thank you. To answer your question, Jet, yes, you did.
All right, folks, that is going to wind up the Wednesday night Tin Tops race review. A few contentious calls in there, a few close ones, but again, left on the table by the driving group. And just to John as well, you as a driver, maybe not even necessarily part of this particular race, but as a driver for the league, you do have opportunity to jump in and have a weigh in on those race reviews. That's open to any driver in the league to set that precedence and work it out. So we do have one that the directors need to go and have a look at, and they will probably go over that with due diligence and fine-tooth comb to get the result for that. But yes, that is going to wrap up our Wednesday night. Now, for the rest of the week, don't forget Friday night is our Formula Ford Bash 3 20-minute races. This week they're going to Red Bull Ring short version, and we have a few people in chat. Jordan is one who has been in there with us for the past couple of rounds and been showing a lot of promise, plus his cousin as well. So we hope to see you guys back on Friday night as we tackle the Red Bull Ring short layout in the Formula Ford. So from us here at CFR, it is a pleasure, and as always, thank you for tuning in. We look forward to seeing you Friday night. But as always, be good to yourself, be good to your fellow racer, and we'll see you soon.